The Online Racing Network proudly presents NACOS. Today we head to the Heartland. In the middle of the corn, we're at Iowa Speedway for this, the Casey General Stores 100. From Iowa Speedway here with NACOS. Good evening, everybody. Jacob Hitz here with you for the call all by myself. However, I have been promised that if anybody else, or if anybody crashes out early on enough, they may consider joining on up here in the booth. 100 laps here around the racetrack, modeled pretty similar to Richmond. Right now we're in happy hour, getting things ready to go, looking at qualifying results. It's no surprise to see this name atop the charts, although typically we see it in other series. A couple of new drivers in addition here this weekend after a testing session last week to determine whether or not they were eligible for NACOS or not. We got, let's take a look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 6. Not sure why I have David Alvarez down his first career start, because he is certainly not one of those. But 6 drivers are here making their first career NACOS start at Iowa. And I guess we can turn the music off because nobody really cares anymore. But we will take you live to the track here in one moment. And that button. Yes. Okay. So we take you here live to Iowa Speedway. There you see Trace going by on the screen right now here in happy hour. Davey Hazard has the fastest lap, 5 1/1000ths faster than second place Tyler Mallon. Both drivers new to the league this weekend. And Cosman in third. He's familiar. He's won twice already this year. The past 2 weeks, actually. Eldora and Autodrome Chaudière. Fourth is Ed Soundhead. We know he's fast, and of course things just changed as Cosman went to the top of the board. In fifth, Cody Wortley making his return after a couple weeks off. And Trace Ryder rounds out the 6 cars that have so far set a time. We have 13 drivers here this weekend for a race. The most drivers we've had show up for an event so far this season. And so we got just about 2 minutes left here in happy hour. We'll go ahead and take a look at some of the cars. There is Mallon going around the racetrack in that 08. No, that is not his scheme. He just had to pick one frantically before the start of the session because he did not have one before, right before we opened practice. And right now he sits atop the board with a 22.036. Cosman second, Davey third, and then Cody Wortley, Soundhead, and Trace. Just about a minute left here in the session, making a minute and a half before we get to go racing. As there you see Tyler with Cosman right in front of him. Davey is just up ahead of him in that pink and black machine. You'll see that a couple times. More drivers setting some laps. Ben Easterday, Cody H. Gaming drive-through. And Chance Rosenstock, another newbie in the series, as we're now under a minute to go. And that's when we'll hop out and move it on over to race as Cody dumps it, and a lot of cars are in the wall, and the other Cody just about gets involved, keeps it out of it, and now we've got Ed Soundhead in the catch fence. Le Mans disaster. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look and see what happened here. So we've got just 20 seconds remaining. Just take a look here at this one little accident that we've had. As it looks like Mallon just drove it back up the track, got into the 15. That is Jordan McGraw. And there went Ed up into the wall and into the catch fence. So we're in the final 10 seconds now. Just about ready to go as drive-through spins it here on the front stretch. And the clock hits 0. It's time to go to race. For the 9th time this season. 4 races remain after tonight. 100 laps here is the distance that we will have to travel to get to the checkered flag. And just looking at the schedule upcoming, let's see here. We go to Edmonton next week. That's a short track, a really, really short track. Then we head to Road America. We're back at the road course for the final time. Then we head to DuQuoin and throw dirt around for one final race. And then we end the season at Slinger, where Matt Kenseth got the win just 2 weeks ago. Field waiting for the command to fire the engines. We'll step aside and wait for it and speed through the starting lineup as soon as the command is given.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Take a nice deep breath, buddy. Settle and relax.
13 cars come to life as we get ready to go. Here's the starting lineup. On the front row, it's 2 NACOS newbies making their first career start. Tyler Mallon in the 08 and Davey Hazard in the 75. Then it's Cosmin Ionescu in the 24 and drive-through in the 77. Then Ben Easterday in the 53 and the 15. That's Jordan McGraw. He's making his first career start. Behind them, Cody Wortley in that 27. Then on his outside, Cody H Gaming. It's the Cody row. Then it's the number 9, Trace Ryder. Then the number 32, that is Chance Rosenstock making his first career start. On the inside, then it's, let's see, that is Ed Soundhead. To his outside would be Steve Rada making his first career start. And rounding out the field, David Alvarez, and that's 68. The field is in turn 4. And let's see how this goes. It'll definitely be an interesting one to watch. As now the green flag is in the air, and we're underway at Iowa. If they can make it past lap 2, we will not see a restart. And this one will be official, and we'll go straight onto the checkered flag. Here they go through turn 2. Mallon on the inside, Hazard on the outside, side by side down the back straightaway. Mallon has the advantage. Still side by side with Cosmin sitting in third. They come off turn 4 back to the stripe, and Tyler Mallon will lead the first lap. Here at Iowa as they head back into turn number 1. Hazard sliding at the racetrack. Cosmin looking on the bottom. Drive through behind him in 4th. They come back off turn number 2. Another side-by-side battle in the back of the pack. Steve Rada and Trace Ryder. That's for the 8th spot. Back across the start-finish line. Mallon already starting to pull away. He won at Daytona in ORL IROC just yesterday. Certainly interesting to see if he can go back-to-back here on ORN with a win in a completely different league with a bunch of new people. In fact, the only person in this field that made a start yesterday was Trace Ryder, and he was out by lap 6. Oh, and David Alvarez, I forgot about him because he's at the back, and his name didn't catch my eye when looking at the board. But Mallon still stays out in front. Cosmin in 2nd. Davey Hazard falls to 3rd. Drive-through right behind him in 4th. And then it's Jordan McGraw in 5th. Ben Easterday right behind him. Really trying to heal the points difference between Drive-through and Ben. We know that Drive-through gained a whopping 4 points last week, and he's going to need to gain a lot more in a short amount of time in order to get to Ben in the championship points, as they are 1 and 2. Ben certainly putting on his best as he continues to dominate the points. He's only gotten 1 win. However, he has 4 second-place finishes, which started out the season and really helped him. We'll travel back here to this battle for 5th. Ben trying the outside line. McGraw stays to the inside line. And McGraw seems to be able to pull away. Then the Cody's back behind them in 7th. 7th and 8th. Here's Cody Wortley driving it in on the inside of Cody H Gaming, sporting the outlap colors once again. Both of them catch the wall. Both of them touch bumpers at the start-finish line. Head back into turn number 1. 7 laps complete. I'm sorry, 6 laps complete. As Wortley's going to make that pass. Here's Trace Ryder almost killing David Alvarez in the back there. As his internet a little touchy tonight. Soundhead behind him as well. Not really a good outing for them. The 3 regulars here in NACOS sitting 10th, 11th, and 12th. Chance Rosenstock, behind them in 13th, making his first start. Headed back up, here's a 4-car battle as Easterday was able to get by McGraw, and now Cody Wortley reeling him down. As here's Steve Rada to the inside, running that Supra. Underneath Cody H Gaming off turn 2. They'll be side by side or pretty close to it. Meanwhile, the battle in front of them gets side by side between Wortley and McGraw. Here they come through 3 and 4. Rada gets a little sideways on the bottom. Cody H Gaming's able to pull away a little bit. As Wortley now looks to make the pass, as here's the dumbest camera angle in the world. There they go. And Wortley makes the pass on McGraw to take that 6th spot away. And Rada will also pass Cody H Gaming for 8th. Back out to the front of the field, Cosman continues to pull away. Here's Drive-Thru looking to the inside of Davey Hazard. That is for 3rd. And they've got Easterday right behind him. It's definitely not helping Drive-Thru's chances to try and win the championship, but I think first on his mind should be winning a race. He has yet to do that this season, winless. Had a shot at Trois Rivières, however, got taken out by Huang in one of the last corners. Since that, Huang, I believe, has not made a start. Just on his own doing, not because of a penalty or anything. We'll take a look here at the leaders. Tyler has a lead of just about a second over Cosman. Tyler has the fastest lap of the race, 21.100. As Easterday is catching this battle for 3rd. The longer the Drive-Thru and Davey stay side by side. Drive-Thru clears him off at turn 2 and takes that 3rd spot away. Tyler so far has led every lap. He started on the pole. In fact, he was the fastest by just under a 10th, setting at 22.046 in qualifying to put him atop the board. And it's made things pretty easy so far. Closing in on a quarter of the way through the race. Allen continues to pull away. Cosman in 2nd, Drive-Thru 3rd, Hazard 4th, and Easterday 5th. That coming off turn 2. That lead on Cosman now just under 2 seconds, as it looks like it's going to be another Tyler Mallon domination. Different league, different drivers, different racetrack, same story. So while we have this opportunity and basically everybody is running single file, we're going to do something that we haven't done here before. We don't have a graphic for it, but frankly, I don't care because I'm all on my own. We're going to do a little bit of ORN Crank It Up. Thank goodness we have some entertainment. All right.
What's up, everybody?
Trace Ryder joining us here in the booth. Retired pretty early. Honestly,
Being trash.
Yeah, I was just trying to waste time and just turn the car sounds all the way up and just started going on board with drivers, so I completely missed that you retired, so.
Yeah, I'm trash. I'm just trash. It's
Bad luck
really what this
continues,
comes
huh?
down
Yeah.
to. Not even that. I just can't keep up. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, what I'm not doing. I just don't understand it.
Well, hopefully DeCoin here in a couple of weeks will turn your luck around, because that
I won't hold my breath.
that track, if I can do well at that track.
I just know my luck. So.
Well, that is true. And we had a spinner, and
caution.
we've got a caution. There's the flag. Not sure. I think the caution might belong to Cody Wortley in the 27.
Yeah, he looks way off. Let's go.
Yes, sir. And he gets turned off the bumper of Steve Rada. And just couldn't save it. Coming off turn 4. This group was having a really good battle. Rada and McGraw almost made contact a couple times. Looks like Wortley just gets loose. McGraw gets by him, and Rada just can't quite fit in that hole.
A+ for Wortley keeping that off the inside wall, though.
Yeah.
Did his entire race.
So I believe pits will be open this next time by here. Not sure what fuel or tires will look like, if anybody will pit other than Wortley, who spun. So far, he stayed on track. Rosenstock will get the lucky dog. He'll get back on the lead lap. He just got lapped by Mallon before the caution came out. So we'll see if anybody can pit and possibly chase Mallon down here on the restart. And everybody's coming.
Tires are important here.
No surprise to see everybody go onto the apron. See if anybody else darts last second. Nope, everybody's committed. Let's see if Mallon can get off pit road here first. It'll certainly be interesting to see how his car handles in traffic rather than clean air. And it looks like Easter Day screwed up. Thought he could get a clean shot into his pit box. That was not the case. So he's going to lose some time here. He was 5th before coming to pit road. And Tyler
Mallon's going to win.
Road.
So if they're going to top 3, he's going to stay the same.
Yep, and then McGraw's going to gain 1 spot. Easter Day's going to lose a couple. But as long as they red flag it here, everybody should catch up, and we should be able to go green this time by. Well, I'm glad that TV1 has decent camera angles, because it's the only thing we got. So, like, oh, spectator won't be that bad. Oh, it's that bad. So, field starts to roll.
So far though, as NACOS continues to expand its driver's roster, the driver roster gets more competitive. Cosman's still up front after going back-to-back the past 2 weeks, and Tyler Mallon in his first race here leading the way.
Yeah, it's
dominating fashion even.
I'm impressed with how much Mallon's been out in front, making his first start. Didn't do all that well in the testing race that happened last week. So
I guess we're going to go around one more time.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense with it being a short track. Get the tires with a little heat into them. You know.
Interesting enough, drive-through in 3rd. Wasn't feeling confident about this week.
Yeah.
From what I was talking to him about in practice and qualifying, he doesn't seem confident. There he is running 3rd place right now.
It's certainly interesting to watch him do well.
And Mallon gets a great start. Drive-through actually looks like he's going to take 2nd place away from Cosman if they're going to head into turn 1.
Rada's looking to go up the middle between Hazard and McGraw. Hazard shuts the door on him,
There,
and McGraw's going
door.
to stay side by
Looks like
side.
drive-through gives him a
Cosman.
shunt. And that's Hazard down there underneath the drive-through trying to take second place away.
Cosman got booted into the wall. He's going to lose 4 spots down the backstretch. McGraw now
Took a
underneath
little
him.
shunt off the side of drive-through, and Hazard and drive-through side by side still for second place here. And Malin is going to continue to get away.
Here comes Rada into the picture. Haven't seen him up inside the top 5 yet, as he goes underneath drive-through coming off turn 2. Cosman's still behind him.
Drive-through's going to get freight trained here. He can't find a way back down to the bottom. That outside line is okay, but the inside line is the far superior way around this track.
Yeah. Rada drives it in pretty hard. Cosman right behind him. Cosman's looking to go through
Pushes.
wide here through turn 2.
Drive-through way up the hill.
He'll at least be able to fall back in line as McGraw and Cody H. Gaming get side by side heading down the backstretch. And Cosman looking back for third underneath Rada.
Ooh, Rada goes wide.
McGraw almost got put in the wall by Cody H. Gaming. He'll get the spot from Cody, and here comes Easter Dates at the top trying to get by as well.
Drive
And
down to the apron.
through, got
Ooh,
into
Rada
Rada.
went for
What a save.
Rada pinched, it looks like. Drive-through was on the bottom, on that yellow line, so you can't really fault him for that one. And it looks like we are single filing out. Malin continues to lead.
Cosman catching up to that 75 of Hazard. Right on the back bumper as they come down the back stretch. He's going to look to the inside in turn 3. And it's going to be close coming back to the start-finish line.
Hey, Cosman on the bottom coming out of... Ooh, that's too close to call that time around.
I think Hazard did get him to the line. We'll have to wait for scoring to refresh
It looks
here.
like... Ooh, yeah, now Cosman definitely out in front, taking a push from that 75.
And drive-through right behind him in 4th, still trying to help himself in the point standings. Right now, he is 4 spots ahead of Ben. That's a lot of points, but I'm sure drive-through wants to gain a couple more spots, gain a couple more points, and know that that 53 is really losing some traction in the point standings.
Yeah, it looks like the past couple of weeks, it's just Ben just cannot keep up.
Yeah, since he won at Trois Rivières, he has not been on top of his game. He has run well at certain spots, but towards the end of the race, it seems to fall apart as we are 10 laps away from halfway. Make that 9.
He finally got that maiden win, and since then has not impressed.
Yeah, certainly something to watch. By the way, I just sent you a little chart thing that I was literally putting together in practice to kind of aid with drivers and names and numbers and all that crap. So
Cool.
free to use it.
I would love to use it if I could move out of NR, but I can't. So
Well,
hashtag full screen squad.
yeah. I tried that, and then I realized I would never be able to use it with the amount of stuff that I have to do behind the scenes with the stream. So I was like, all right, well, we'll make the screen a little bigger and just deal
Ooh,
with it.
drive-through gonna challenge Hazard heading into turn 3 and 4. He's got the bottom line.
That's the battle for third. Drive-through, still
Doesn't
winless.
Get the best entry there. Hazard might have him on the outside. Oh, but Hazard washes up the track. As we saw so many times so far in practice and happy hour, and in this race even, if you get out of that rubbered-in groove, you slide way up that track.
Yeah, it's certainly something where grip, especially coming off the corners, there isn't a lot of it. There's only a certain spot where if you hit the track in the right spot, get back on the gas, the car will actually grip and not put you up in the wall as drive-through. Got really close, hangs on to third for now, but Hazard is still right behind him.
Not letting him get away. Ooh, drive-through hits the apron. That's going to cost him a lot of speed.
Yeah, that's not good. Hazard cuts back to
now
the
gonna
bottom.
have to look. Gotta look down there, and it's turning in forward. Drive-through has to go wide. Hazard watches up from the bottom. They're gonna go side by side.
Hazard kept it down there pretty well. They stayed just about even. Hazard pulls away by half a car length back to the stripe and headed for turn 1. He should clear drive-through here for third.
And drive-through now have to remount that challenge back there for third place.
Rada sits in 5th. He's got McGraw right behind him. McGraw's going to look to the inside here in turn 3. Easterday behind him in 7th.
Ooh, Ben goes way wide and catches that outside wall.
The struggles for Ben continues. On the bright side, he has just about a second before Cody H. Gaming behind him in the 8th spot, running the outlap scheme for the 2nd week in a row.
speaking of the outlet, check that out. It's a podcast involving some of the drivers here, and we talk about motorsports and other fun stuff. So
Yeah.
the outlet, check it out. It's on Drive Through channel.
Can't wait to listen to it Wednesday, Thursday, whenever it
Whatever gets done.
Yeah. Whenever he finds the chime. As Hazard pulls away from drive-through just a little bit here. Actually, a lot of it, but... And here is McGraw underneath Rada. Heading into turn number 3. Rada slides up the racetrack. We know that his... he doesn't have a ton of grip around this racetrack. Handling has been difficult for him. And he's been really close to spinning some guys out and was the reason for the first caution, punching around.
Oh,
And he gets sideways. Ben gets on the brakes and somehow didn't wreck. Let's take a look at that, because I was looking at scoring and missed it, but he just got onto the apron.
Hey, Cody,
and now
they're
crash.
wrecking hard.
Both Cody's and Ben in the wall, turn 4. That's going to bring it out for sure. Caution flag.
Ben hit that apron and Cody just got into him and it was over.
For now, the second
Over
time.
from there.
Ben, oh wow. And then Cody Wortley got on the brakes, locked him up, got into the back of Cody H Gaming and sent him around. Ben slapped the wall hard. Cody backed it in pretty hard as well. So 3 cars involved in this one after a big scare and save by Rada, who basically did the same thing, except he just got the apron, and when he got back on the gas, he split it right in front of Ben, and Ben did a great job not killing him coming off 2.
And Alvarez caught Wortley off the end of that wreck, too.
So we're just now past halfway. Tyler has led every single lap, all 52 of them so far.
See if anybody pits this time around.
Yep, there was Alvarez just getting a piece of it. Pits are open. So far, I saw drive-through go onto the apron. I think they can wait until turn 4 to make their decision, as some cars are looking to come down. Rada, I think, might consider staying out, as everybody is coming. They want those fresh tires, and they want them now. Can't blame them for it.
And nope, this track will eat your tires. And about the halfway mark, might as well take it now, because there's a chance we could go green at the end. We've had long green flag stints. You want to have the best rubber you can. I'd hate to be out there with 50 lap old tires trying to keep up.
Yeah, it would be next to impossible, especially with the pace that we've seen. Tyler still with the fastest lap of the race. It's actually improved from earlier. It's now a 22.036. That is, I think, yeah, that's a 10th faster from what he set in qualifying to put him on pole.
All right. Top 3 stays the same. Drive-through has a terrible pit stop.
Battle was really close off pit road. I'm not sure where the timing line is, but if the timing line is the yellow line, Cosman won the race off pit road. If it's the white, well,
I think it's the cone. I believe it is the cone.
Oh, which cone? Because isn't there a cone at the yellow line too?
No, there is not.
Oh, okay. Well, that would do it then. Because if it's the cone, it's Tyler. If it's that second white line, it's Cosman. Looks like they're going to give it to Tyler. And
if you look at drive-through is a terrible stop, but then we have a battle between Rada and the 15 coming off of pit road as well.
drive-through was running 4th. He's now 6th. He lost 2 spots on pit road. And Easterday now sitting at the back. It helps drive-through. However, now he has to fight his way towards the front as well. Not really something that he was planning on, I'm sure, especially past halfway here in this one. Not quite sure what we're waiting on here. I believe it's the 30. Nope. The 32 is caught up. Don't know if somebody had to go take a pee break or something, but so far we're just parked here on the back stretch.
I'm not sure who we're waiting on here.
Yeah, see Cody Wortley spin the tires there. Still waiting to go back rolling. Seems like everybody's eager to go, so whatever they're waiting for should be over now. And now they all continue to drive off. They'll take a lap here before we go back to green flag racing.
I believe they were waiting to see who got the start off. They were asking the commentators who should have won the race on pit road. Well, they should have told us which line they wanted us to use because it determines that.
Yeah. Plus, I don't pull chat up, so.
Yeah.
Unless I absolutely have to, I don't pull it up, so. That would explain why they were waiting for so long.
That looks terrible, terrible spacing so far.
Field should be going green here this time by, as we will have 55 laps in the books and 45 remaining. Green flag back in the air. And that camera angle is garbage. Here they go through turn one. Drive through already trying to make one pass as Cosman knows that he doesn't have many chances to get by Malin and wants to do it now. Is trouble in the background. Cody H Gaming got into the wall and spins it, keeps it going straight. We should stay green.
Cosman all over the back of Malin, not letting him get away just yet.
Yeah, certainly this is the closest that Cosman has been.
Rada goes underneath of Hazard.
Whoa, Soundhead washed up after Cody Wortley got a little bit of wiggle. It certainly didn't help there in the back of the pack. Rada and Hazard side by side for third. Drive-through is going to take fifth on the outside of McGraw. Now McGraw trying to fight back hard on the inside line.
Rada and Hazard still side by side.
Yeah, Rada really getting pinched down there by Hazard. They're keeping it clean for now, though. Rada's going to edge him out here at the line.
Yeah, Rada was like Hazard caught the wall out of turn 4, and that was just enough to get him in that spot.
And now he's going to try and get the crossovers. Rada washes up the racetrack coming off turn number 2. They're going to be really close side by side. Headed for 3. Rada washes up a little bit. So does Hazard. They're going to be even coming up off the corner. And that's going to allow Drive-Thru to catch up.
Looks like Hazard gets third spot back, coming across the line. Drive-Thru trying to catch these two.
Rada really went wide. Maybe he's trying to get a crossover here, get a run coming off too. It didn't work. Hazard clears him back for that spot. Headed back for turn 3, and Malin now starting to put the gap back on Cosman. Cosman still trying to keep it close with just 40 laps to go. Still on the back bumper of Hazard, but Drive-Thru has caught that battle. We'll see if he can have any input here on who gets by and if he can get by. Easterday still sits in the 8th spot on track, so Drive-Thru is 3 spots ahead of him. Here they come off turn 2. And Ben has some side-by-side racing in front of him, so he doesn't have a lot of options on where he can go back there in 8th spot. The gap just about half a second, maybe a little more now, between Malin and Cosman. Both very strong in racing across leagues. And crash in the back, turn 2. Easterday in the wall.
Oh.
Not sure if he got turned, not sure if we have a caution. He's up against the wall. We should stay green. And Soundhead with a bump and dump going into turn 1.
Yeah, this has not been Easterday's race.
We do stay green, believe it or not. So Easterday will fall all the way to 12th.
Driver's side of that car is destroyed.
He'll probably get lapped as Drive-Thru now trying to put the pressure on Rada. He wants every point he can get, especially with Ben now having an accident. Headed back for turn number 1.
Drive through all over the bumper, dives to the bottom of Rado as they head into turn 1. 77 has been strong. Makes it stick, and Rado's going to look for the crossover. Rado's going to stick his nose down there, and drive through gives him the space. That was quite courteous by the 77. So he didn't want to wind up like Ben, backwards into the wall. And now he sets his sights on Hazard. Like the field has evened out.
Yeah, the field pretty much spread out as we're closing in on 30 laps to go. Malin still out in front, driving the wheels off that thing, and Cosman just not able to catch him.
He's slowly but surely getting away, but he's not. I wouldn't say he's out of reach. One mistake by Tyler, and Cosman will be there.
But when has Malin ever made a mistake here? It seems like whenever he gets out into the lead, he's pretty much perfect. Now, second on back, he can make mistakes. However, I have rarely seen him make a mistake, especially for the lead. But the field is all spread out. I think the closest battle on the track is for 8th. Between Alvarez and, I believe, Soundhead, and they're still about 6 car lengths apart at least. So it's everybody is spread out, certainly at a different pace than we were at the beginning of the race when we at least had some close packs. But drive-through now trying not to overdrive it and still catch Hazard.
Looks like he's making slow progress, but might run out of laps here.
What I'm thinking. We're under 30 to go, unless we get a caution that shakes some things up, and maybe we see some pit strategy. Like if Tyler pits, everybody else stays out. It'll be something that we have to watch. If we do get a late caution, it's possible. And whoa! All right, well, we know drive-through is driving the wheels off that thing. He just set the fastest lap of the race a little while ago with a 21.982. That's a track record so far, I believe. I'm going to check practice just to be sure. That should be, yeah, that's a track record here for the weekend.
So he has caught Hazard too. He has found another gear, it looks like.
Yeah, Tyler's still running a little bit faster laps than drive-through is right now. However, drive-through certainly running faster than Hazard and running identical laps to Cosman. As I believe, yes, 25 laps are left in this one. This race going by pretty quick, only 2 cautions. We have had a couple more incidents, including Easter Day spinning, as well as Cody H Gaming crashing there on that last restart. Malin is close to lapping them, so we could see that being a factor. However, as long as they give room to Tyler, we should be okay.
And as is custom in NACOS, you don't hold up the leader.
Oh, we have seen it once before. Cody did some holding up at, I think it might have been Berlin, to the leaders. That certainly threw a little bit of a curveball into things, but it was still enjoyable to watch. And
you try to make your best effort.
Yeah. The gap for the lead is still under a second, believe it or not. And Cosman was only 7 1/1000ths off of Tyler's last lap, so they're definitely close.
Finn watching drive-through slowly reel in Hazard, and it looks like he just overdrives the exit of Ford, so washes up the track.
Cosman is barely catching Tyler. I'm talking hundredths of a second. But with 20 laps to go coming up, we've got 21 now as Malin crosses the start-finish line. He won't catch him.
Not at this rate now.
Yeah, it looks to be all said and done here for the most part, as Malin is just about 10 car lengths away from Cody H Gaming, putting him the first car 1 lap down. Easterday just in front of him.
And now Hazard has to protect that 3rd spot. Drive-through is in striking distance. This is the closest battle on the track right now. Well, it was.
But drive-through really overcooked it there.
Turn 4.
I wonder if he's driving it in too deep that right front tire is starting to give as we have a caution. We have a
looks
caution.
like Cody H.
Oh, trouble. Soundhead just got turned by Hazard. I'm not sure. I think it actually
Cosman's around.
Yeah, Cosman got turned. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was Rada and McGraw. Just looking, they both lost 3 spots each. And it looks like Rada has some front-end damage. We'll take a look. Oh, yes, it was. Going into turn 1, Rada gets back onto the apron, slides it again, and gets hit by McGraw, and that spins him around, and they both hit the wall pretty hard. McGraw hits it head-on. So both have front-end damage. Pit should be open next time by, but yeah, Cosman got turned while checking up, as Hazard wasn't fast enough on the brake, so we'll definitely see Cosman pit. This is where the strategy comes in. If I'm anybody else on track, if Malin pits, I stay out. And hope that everybody else comes with. Only so that way Malin has to fight his way through the field and he just can't run away with the show and win. Let's see.
It's a tough call to make, but I think the obvious call here is to just take the rubber and run to the end.
Everybody is pitting. So we'll see if we can get some perfect pit stops here. It's hasn't happened yet. So certainly something to watch. So we're under 20 laps to go. So if Cosman really wants to overdrive it, I think now's his chance, because I don't know if we'll have another caution.
Do you just take 2 here? I don't think you do, but it is an option.
Oh,
Cosman only takes 2! Cosman's going to take the lead of his burst.
You called it. Cosman takes the lead, looking for 3 wins in a row.
Are there too many laps left?
And trouble on pit road. That is Jordan McGraw spinning it around, hit the gas coming out of his pit stall, and spun the tires, hitting it, and he pulls out almost in front of Rada. That could have been very bad, but now Cosman Ionescu out in front, looking for his 3rd win in a row. He first won at Eldora in his first start, and then he won last week at Chaudière.
I think there's too many laps left for him to have taken just 2.
It'll be tough. But with that, well, with Malin on the outside, it'll be tough. He's going to need somebody to get, with Malin not being on the inside,
if he can get out in front,
he's going to need somebody to get underneath Malin and have a battle for second spot, so Cosman can try and pull away and maybe save a little bit of tire if a late race battle happens.
I don't hate this move by Cosman. Cosman has the skill, I think, to defend off Malin if he's out in front.
Yeah.
But he has to get there.
Yeah.
And then he's going to have to get there. He's going to have to put a little bit of a gap on him because Malin's going to have 4 fresh. He's only going to have those 2 outside tires.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a problem here with we're going to go green with roughly 15 to go, 16 to go.
Should be 16 laps to go here on the restart. Certainly shaping up to be something big. These are the first laps that Tyler hasn't led so far. Malin will get the most laps led points, as he's led everything else up to this point.
What is this? This bunching is terrible. What are you guys doing? Come on.
Certainly not keeping that pacing very well, but this is what happens with online racing. Nevertheless, field comes off turn number 4, and Cosman will take the green flag. No, we won't.
No, we're going to go one more time around.
Put that caution flag back up there. We're going to take another lap. We'll make it 15 to go to make it easy.
Nobody making sure we needed anything for chat, so just double check that.
Drive-through stuck on the outside line in 4th certainly doesn't help him. And Ben being in last spot. Everybody's back on the lead lap.
the best thing that can happen to drive through right now is that Malin gets a great start and that he can get around Hazard good enough. Outside through 1 and 2 on that restart is going to be okay because you're not quite full race speed yet, so he's going to have a little bit more throttle coming out of the turn, I think. It should be okay if he can just get a good run heading into 1 and 2, but if Malin's parked in front of him, he's going to be able to go nowhere. Green flag is back out. Cosman has got the jump.
Cosman just floored it, and he's got Hazard and Malin side by side behind him. That's what he needs to see. Hazard's going to clear him for second.
Also, remember, Hazard took 4 tires, too. Everybody but Cosman took 4 tires, so it's coming into the end of this race here. This could be a factor. Anybody could win this.
Cody Wortley now looking inside the top 5 underneath drive-through. Soundhead has made his way up there all of a sudden. He's sitting in the 7th spot, excuse me. And here's your top 3. With Tyler trying to catch Hazard. Hazard not running the bottom of the racetrack. That's going to hurt him. But they're keeping Cosman right there. They're not letting him get away.
He's not going to get very far away on 2 tires, but he's going to need to get as much distance as he can and let these 2 battle out behind him. He wants to see a black and a pink bumper at the same time in his mirror.
For as long as he certainly can, because Hazard has been a 3rd place car really all race long. It's been Malin and Cosman showing the way the whole time. This is the first time that either one of them is not in 1st or 2nd spot.
Shutting the door every turn on Malin.
And Malin's certainly looking, but that's going to allow drive-through to catch up because he's pulled away from Wortley. Here's McGraw and Soundhead side by side for position. That is for 6th. And Rada now making his way in. Just
Hazard is reeling in Cosman.
Yeah, we're coming to 11 laps to go. Cosman washed up.
Oh, he washed up track. He's in the wall.
Drive-through got in the wall too. Hazard takes the lead. So now it looks like we'll certainly see a first-time winner, either Malin or Hazard. Cosman washes up, drive-through looking for 3rd. He's going to take it side by side.
I don't think at this track with how it eats tires, 2 tires was going to be good enough to go with 15 to go.
Oh, man, Cosman really gets sideways again. He overcooked him for sure, and now he gets hip-checked into the wall.
Cosman's race is falling apart here.
Yeah, and he just tried to block Wortley, and he gets spun. Keeps it going straight. We should stay green, 3 wide with Soundhead and Cody H Gaming. We keep it clean, and here's the battle for the lead inside 10 to go.
Cosman back at the field. Tough. You hate to see it, as Soundhead would say.
Yeah.
Hate to see it.
9 more laps. What can Malin do to try and set Hazard up? Hazard not running the very bottom of the racetrack.
Now, I know that Malin has a bit of a temper, so I'm hoping he can keep it clean. He doesn't just dump him to win this race.
Well, I wouldn't think that's the thing that he wants to do, but you never know.
8 to go. Right to the bumper, gives him a shove.
Bumper grabbed just a little bit. That's going to hurt him, but drive-through has distance and track crash. We're going to get a caution.
Oh, man. Who's wrecked?
It's Rada, and it's McGraw again. And we do get a caution flag. It's the 3rd time that they've wiped it out. This time again coming off of turn 2 onto the backstretch.
Oh, Wortley, what are you doing, my friend?
And
Wortley pushing the envelope 3 wide, and he had no business being there.
Wortley got into,
Rada
low bit of net code, I'm not going to lie, but Rada went up and over. Almost up on top of the wall. So we're going to have 4 to go here on a restart? Something like that? 4-3?
This is going to be interesting.
That changed everything. Because now this is where the pit strategy is going to come into play.
Yeah, I don't pit. If you're in the top 5, you don't pit here. There's no way.
You only took 10 laps on tires.
Cosman pitting now would make sense. I think he's got enough time to make the spots back. Nope.
Top 4 or 5 stay out. Everybody stays out except for Rada, Rosenstock, and Cosman.
And those guys, the back end. It's one of those stops in mud as well. Give yourself a couple more laps. Fresh your tires. Try to make a run at these guys in front of you. Get the best finishing spot you get. Interesting enough.
Try and gain some points. Ben Easterday restarted 12th in 10 laps, not even. He has made himself all the way up into 6th.
What a great recovery by that.
So he has cut that point deficit down quite a lot. Drive-thru is going to need some contact to happen if he wants to get as many points over Ben as he originally was looking at. Just 10 laps ago.
This could get interesting. Drive-thru is still in striking distance of those first 2, and he's shown that he has the speed.
And he's on the bottom, which helps.
Yeah.
Tyler being stuck on the outside again definitely helps. We saw it with Hazard on that last restart. Drive-through has a fast car. He ran the fastest lap in the race. I think he's going to go all out here, and I think we'll have 4 to go on a restart.
And Rada overcooks it a tad bit.
Yeah, it happens. Happens to the best of us. Happens to the worst of us.
And what are we waiting on?
Well, we have everybody. So we're just sitting here waiting right now.
Who are we waiting on?
Here we go.
We're rolling.
I think they were just trying to set the field, and I think the plan was, if we have to go to overtime, what are we going to do? Are we going to or aren't we going to? That's going to be the big question. So we'll see if they go green this time. If so, it'll be 5 to go. And they will.
Yep.
5 laps to settle it. Great
Hazard
start
gets a
for
great
Hazard.
start.
Drive-through is right there going into turn 1. They're 3 wide. Soundhead looking up the middle again. Here we go. Oh, trouble. Rada got dumped.
He's
by
single car
McGraw.
spin. He's out of the racing groove.
We should stay green. Drive-through takes second. He tried to go 3 wide, and McGraw just got into him in the center of the corner. 4 laps to go. We do stay green.
Malin catches the wall. Just enough to slow him down a little bit. Does drive-through have anything for Hazard?
Cosman just took the top 5 and just about kamikaze turn 1. Here's Malin to the bottom of drive-through and off turn 2.
Overcooked turn 1 a little bit.
And
That's gonna
Rosenstock is
cost
on
him.
the apron. Not sure what's wrong with him. We'll check into that here in a minute.
Meanwhile, Hazard is
pulling
loving
away,
what he's
3 to
seeing
go.
right now.
Malin takes second away. We'll see if he can use the bumper, but he's got a lot of catching up to do. 0.3 of a second.
Drive-through not done yet. Still trying to make a strike on Malin.
Cosman is looking for 4th to the inside of Cody Wortley. He is going to take the spot. Cosman was 12th on the restart. He's now 4th.
Amazing what you do on 4 fresh tires. And Cosman's got the skill to just drive through it.
2 laps to go.
Actually, all that surprised that he's back to 4th.
Hazard is pulling away from Malin. They're going to be coming to the white flag this time by. Davey Hazard, his first career
Malin.
race, white flag, 1 to go.
Can Malin do anything here? He's got 4 turns to do it.
Hazard,
Closes the gap. He's going to run out of laps. I don't think he's, unless he dive bombs 3 and 4, I don't think he's got it.
Hazard
I think
will
this is
become
Hazard's
the
race to...
4th driver in NACOS to win in his first career start. Out of turn 4, checkered flag. Davey Hazard wins at Iowa.
What a race. What a run.
Cosman finished 4th. It's
What a
Hazard,
run.
Malin, drive-through, Cosman, Cody Wortley, the top 5. Easterday finished 6th.
And the
Soundhead
chaos
7th.
begins.
Cody H. Gaming 8th. David Alvarez 9th. McGraw 10th. Rada 11th. Rosenstock 12th. 1 lap down, and then Trace in 13th. 79 laps
Decided
down,
to go to the
but,
booth instead.
well, certainly glad that you joined us and trying to find your race winner. There he is, the number 75, the pink and black machine, unsponsored.
A throwback to his, I believe he said his dad's actual race car.
Yeah, I did remember seeing that in showroom. And once
Time for him to burn it down.
the burnouts are done, we will bring him up into the booth. But at the same time, we will bring up Tyler Malin and talk to him about his second place finish.
On the last.
Tyler, congratulations on a second place spot. Your first career start in NACOS. You almost had it. You led the most laps. What kept you from getting to the checkered flag first?
I just didn't get a good restart. That's all. If I'd been up there to battle him at the end, I think I might have had a shot. But Davey was pretty fast all night, so it's a shame I had nothing for him. But I also ran my fastest lap at the last lap, so that's cool, I guess.
You and
I
Cosman.
think you just ran. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I think you just ran out of laps there at the end, Tyler. You had the car to beat all night for sure, but was just so strong. Being this track doesn't have much of a high groove, I think he just didn't have enough laps there to make a move there on him at the end. Even shoving the bumper a little bit.
I bumped him once. Wasn't enough.
Well,
Or intentional.
congratulations. either way, first start, second place finish. You got a lot to build on here for the next 4 races, and we will see you.
And the most laps led.
Yeah, we'll see you next week for NACOS, and we'll also see you for IROC next weekend as well.
Yep, thanks. Just hope to.
Oh, okay. Cut him off there. I didn't expect to be talking. Whoops, sorry. Let's bring in Davey. Well, Davey, congratulations. First start, first career win. Take us through. How'd you get it done?
That was a whole lot of luck. That caution saved me so bad, and Cosman kind of having that little mistake on one of those last runs and getting the lead. I feel really good defending a lead, so it was just a whole lot of luck and a little bit of speed.
Yeah, we saw it. We saw it a lot when you were out there in front. You didn't take the yellow line right on the bottom. You kind of took about a half a car length up just to block any chance from going left or right of you. And that defense seems to have been able to work out for you.
Yeah, no, it was. It's hard to say sometimes because a lot of those guys will kind of dive in on you. And, the 77, for example, he would find a way to my inside almost every. But you're able to hold on.
Well, congratulations on your first win for sure. How do you feel about being in NACOS?
It was a lot of fun. That was a great race. Not a lot of cautions, a lot of great racing. Outside by, like I said, 77. I was side by side with him. God knows how many laps. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad to be here. This is a lot of.
All right, well, congratulations on your first career win. We'll look for you next week at Edmonton and see if you can get 2 in a row like Cosman.
Yes, sir. That's the plan.
All right, that is Davey Hazard, your winner here today. And let's take a look here at the points. Ben Easterday still leads atop. He has 161 points to him. Drive-through second with 138, so the gap did close. But still a ridiculous amount the drive-through is going to have to catch up. Huang is still in third spot. He's been out for the past 2 weeks. He still sits in third with 96. Excuse me. Soundhead sits in fourth with 87. Cody H Gaming in fifth with 80. Cosman sits in sixth with 71. He's made 3 starts, by the way. David Alvarez in 7th with 65. Travis Rallone in 8th with 51 points. Trace in 9th with 44 points. Cody Wortley is also tied for 9th with 44 points. Hubbard in 11th with 35 points. Austin Delgado is in 12th with 33 points. Davey Hazard leapt himself into 13th with his win and 26 points. Tyler Mallon sits 14th with 24 points. Jonathan Fitzwater in 15th with 5 points. And the other 3 rookies for NACOS, well, things didn't turn out so well. 16th for Jordan McCraw with 2 points, and 1 point apiece for Rada and Rosenstock with 1 point, 17th and 18th. So, Trey's final thoughts here on today's race.
Personal thoughts, I'm trash. From an overall standpoint, I actually really did enjoy this race. It's good to see new talent come in and actually make a splash right off the bat. Iowa didn't disappoint, I don't think.
It certainly was an interesting race, and we thank you for taking your time out from the racetrack and off doing other things and coming up into the booth, and hopefully you'll join us again soon.
Yeah, I will look forward to the next time I'm up here.
All right. Well, that will just about do it here from Iowa Speedway. 5 new drivers, and the top 2 made up of those new drivers, and the bottom 3 also made up with those new drivers. We'll see you Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, rather 4 p.m. Eastern Time, for NACOS from Atlanta, IROC from Atlanta, excuse me, I'm all over the place, and next Monday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, just about, we will be here for NACOS at Edmonton. So, from everyone here, Trace Ryder, I am Jacob Hitz. This has been a presentation of the Online Racing Network, ORN. Davey Hazard, your winner at Iowa. We'll see you next week.